Hi everybody, welcome to today's live tutorial. Today we're going to be talking about doing makeup for skin with rosacea, and we have in studio my beautiful model Marcy. Thank you for lending us your pretty face.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, her cute daughter Mia was my model yesterday, and they are twins. It was fun starting your eyes today because you guys look so much alike. So we're going to mainly be talking about skin today. I've done eyes and brows already. We'll do lashes and sort of finish up the look at the end, but we are going to be talking about skin. So I'll explain kind of the makeup standpoint, and then I'll probably ask Marcy some questions about things she's tried, things that have worked for her, because her skin looks really great. I had to ask her if she even had rosacea. I'm like, you have a little redness, but it looks so good. Okay, so the first thing I want to address, if you Google anything about doing skin for rosacea, you will see people talk about green color correctors. So green, if you looked at a color wheel, like a little art color wheel, green is going to be the opposite of red, so it's going to counteract that. So let's talk about those primers and if they are valuable or not. So I have this little palette that we're going to be using today. So this is a green, sort of like a lime green corrector. So I'm actually going to mix it with a concealer. So we're just going to take a little spatula and scoop out some of this lime green. Put it on this little guy. And then this is a corrective concealer. It's sort of like a yellowy green skin tone, so we're just going to use both of those and mix those together. Just lightly. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and use this brush. Alright, so you would just cover the red areas, starting with this, and I just like to do a really light layer. So I'm going to be doing foundation on Marcy today. And depending on your foundation, that usually is gonna do the job for you. So generally when I do makeup on skin with rosacea, unless I'm dealing with a lot of redness, I will actually skip this part, but I know everybody's skin has varying degrees of color, so this tip may be helpful for you. There's also makeup primers with like a little bit of a lime tint in them. And I love the redness on the cheeks, so I'm not going to completely cover that up. I think it's perfect. It's just a natural blush. But we're going to do on the chin area, around the mouth, that we want more neutral. Do you use red correctors ever?
Sometimes,
yeah.
Especially when I'm having a bad breakout, like a rosacea breakout,
You'll do it.
Yeah.
These little guys, but you can already see, especially on her chin where I applied more of it, it pretty much took care of it. It balanced it out. So I think the best tip I have is to not go in with full on green. If I just went in straight with this lime color, her skin's gonna look green. It will cover up the red, but then you have green to deal with, and so you'd have to top it with a very full coverage foundation. And Marcy has great skin. It's really smooth. We're just covering up a little bit of color, so I don't want to have to go in with all of that. So my preference is to build my layer and neutralize it at the beginning without giving myself a second task to do, which is cover up all that green. So now let's go ahead and talk about foundation. So I'm going to be using NARS today. We're going to be using a liquid foundation. I know people with rosacea tend to gravitate towards mineral powders and things like that, and those are beautiful and they're fantastic. People like them because the ingredient list tends to be more natural, more minimal depending on the brand you get. This is NARS foundation. I've had good results using this on all skin types. Even people that are more sensitive haven't had reactions with this. And the reason I wanted to show you guys a liquid foundation on Marcy today is because as a makeup artist, I usually do people's makeup for photo shoots and events and stuff like that, and I feel like liquid foundation photographs better than a mineral powder. So while a mineral powder is great for day-to-day, if you're wanting to get more done up for something like that, I do like a liquid foundation. So we're going to mix these two. So we're dealing with a couple of things. Marcy, you have a pretty neutral skin tone. You have some yellow and you have some pink, but you're not really too far one way or the other. I don't know if you've noticed that when you've been shopping for foundation. So what I like to do if I'm neutralizing redness, but there's not a lot of redness all over, is I actually will go to more of a warmer yellow tone foundation. I feel like it balances it out. If you try to match red on red, your face will look more pink than your body.
Okay.
So I've seen that happen a lot. So I'm going to mix these two. This one is a little bit pinker, this more fair one. It has a tad of it, but this is going to be my main shade. And this is more of a neutral pulling towards warm or pulling towards bronze. So that's my preference. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to mix these two. We're going to do 2 pumps of this neutral, kind of more golden shade, and 1 pump of this little slightly pink shade. And what do you usually use when you wear foundation? What do you like?
I usually use a liquid foundation with a powder on top.
Oh, perfect. What brands do you like?
Whatever's cheap.
Yeah. Well, that's great. What have you found that's worked good that hasn't irritated your skin?
I'm trying to think which one I have. I think I have the Revlon brand right now that has like a primer in it as well. So I don't know if that's the best thing to do, or should I use primer and then use the foundation, or use my shortcut?
Use your shortcut. If it is working for you, go for it. In fact, I believe good skincare products and good skin prep. We did a lot of prep on you before we started. I feel like that is going to make the biggest difference. Primers are hit and miss. If you have a 2-in-1 and it's great, don't even bother with the primer. A lot of times they're gimmicky. There are some that are fantastic, but usually. How's our sound, everybody? Producer Kelly's pointing at the microphone. Can you guys hear us okay? We can turn it a little bit towards me. Let us know in the chat. For those of you that are here live, let us know how our sound is today. We always want the sound to be good quality because sometimes I speak too softly, so I want you guys to be able to hear. Also, I'm moving all around. Okay, so little tip with foundation. I'll ask Marcy how she applies hers too, but I like to do a brush and then do my beauty blender. But one thing I like to do is just do little pressing motions. I don't want to rub the skin. I don't want to irritate it. I'll do little pressing like swirls, like little lifts, but I'm not getting in there and doing circular motions. You don't want to irritate the skin at all.
That's what my girls told me I should do.
Really? That's what they told you should do, but what do you do?
When I'm in a hurry, I don't do it quite so carefully.
Okay, well, it is what it is. I think we're all like that. I'm like that with like my skincare, like washing my face. Like if I do a client, I'm like gentle, but when it's myself, it's like, okay, I'm really tired. I want to go to bed. I'm just going to hurry through this. So I haven't even done her chin yet. I have not applied foundation, but you can tell by the way I mixed the corrector concealer, it's already looking good. And that's what I mean, like it's already balanced. We're not going in and covering up something extremely green. If you have redness all over, there's a primer, I believe it's by Smashbox, and it is like a lime green in a primer, so you put it on and it's a sheer green, but it does sort of help with correctness all over, and that's a quick way to do it. With Marcy, it's very minimal. She has not very much redness, but when you're just doing little spot concealers, I'll do the corrector, but if you're kind of a red all over, I like the primers. Okay, we'll check on our chat while I do your other side. Oh, someone said there was static. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. Hopefully it is better now. Tiny bit. Are we still staticky? Okay. We're still staticky. We're going to make sure your plugs are plugged in good. Okay, Linda says, can't wait to hear fellow rosacea sufferer here. Yay. Well, Marcy's going to give some good tips too, because she was telling me that she's tried different things and then found something that works pretty good for her. Okay, well, the green color corrector also help the undertone of foundations for olive skin. For olive skin, it depends the tone of the olive skin, because people will use that in reference to warm skin or cool skin. Your best bet is just to try it. If you have olive skin and you are very red all over with rosacea, you can try the corrector. But if you're more like Marcy, where you just have little areas, and if it's on the cheek where I don't mind the redness there peeking through, you might not like a primer. You just might want to spot conceal like we initially showed. Okay, we're still staticky. We're going to work on that. I'm really sorry, guys. Okay. Hi, Amanda. Welcome. She says, I'm so excited for this. I have fair skin and rosacea and always looking for new techniques and products to try. Yay. Well, hopefully today's video is helpful for you guys. Okay, we're working on the sound. I'm really sorry about that. Hi, Katana. Okay. So we're going to go ahead. So I'm actually just doing a really light layer on Marcy. I love Marcy's skin. You have fantastic skin. You can totally
Glad
take
somebody does. Because it's the bane of my existence.
It's not a beauty. It's so great. It's like super smooth. Why do you not like it?
I just feel it's too red all the time. And yeah, I was telling Eric that it was so hard to come over here without makeup because when I go out and I'm like seeing people, especially people that look beautiful, I'm like, I have to cover this up.
Well, you look beautiful. We are our own worst critics. Everybody sits in my chair and I'm sorry about my skin. I don't like my skin. And I'm like, are you joking? Like, people pay to get Marcy's texture. Like, you have no pores on your cheeks. That is amazing. Redness is one of those things because I tend to get red too. It's like you look in the mirror and that's all you see.
Yeah.
So I don't have rosacea, but I just have like pink skin. So I like to wear foundation every day. Okay, so that is looking super great. So what I like about this foundation, and yours may be similar that you use too, Marcy, is you get a nice bit of coverage with one coat, but you can still see the skin through it. It's very lightweight. People tell me when I apply it, it doesn't feel heavy.
Yes.
Like there's a lot on your skin, which is nice, but you get a lot of coverage with one pass, although it's not a full coverage concealer. So I really like that about it. So then what I'm going to go ahead and do, so we see a little bit of redness peeking through in some areas. So I'm just going to take a beauty sponge and go back in with that same foundation and just do a second pass over these layers. So I love foundations that you can layer because my preference is to do a really thin layer, cover most things, and then go in and just do a little more work on certain areas. And knowing how to cover redness is really great whether you have rosacea or not, because most women, we have redness, some around the mouth, most people have it around the nose, and sometimes even kind of under the eye area will be a little bit red. Turn towards me slightly. Perfect. So you have tried, can I ask you what you've tried for your rosacea?
So went to the dermatologist and got like 2 or 3 different prescription ointment things, and I don't even remember the name of them. I just remembered that I put them on, and after using them for a few months, none of them seemed to really make any difference. When I had a flare-up, there was a flare-up, and I was red a lot more. So then I started looking for other alternatives, and so I found that frankincense oil rubbed on every day in the morning and night, if I remember. I'm really good in the morning. At night, I'm exhausted, so sometimes I don't get it done. Helps with that redness and keeping it, just keeping it away, I guess.
So it's like slightly preventative. It just keeps it more balanced consistently rather than having flare-ups.
Yes.
Sort of thing. That's good.
Yeah. And then if I do have a flare-up, if I put a little, like for in the morning, and I'll just do like 1 drop. If I'm having a flare-up, I'll do like 2 or 3 drops maybe, and that seems to help. It makes the skin feel calmer and not so inflamed, and makes it so even if it doesn't look better, it feels better. So
that's good. That is important too. It's not comfortable to have your face feel irritated at all, because then you're just so aware of it all day.
And then I'm not nice.
And then you're not nice. Well, you seem very sweet. I'm sure you're still nice, but it's the little things. Well, that's good. So the topical prescription creams, they wouldn't help prevent the flare-ups. It would still come, and would it heal a little bit quicker when you used them?
I think so, quicker than if I didn't use anything, but it still felt like it took longer than I wanted it to.
Yeah.
Well, having it at all is longer than I want it, but
well, that's good to know. I know everyone's skin is different too. So if you're watching the live or you are watching the replay, if you have rosacea as well and have found something that works for you, go ahead and leave it in the comments. So it's a good resource for other people watching the video. But that's good. I have heard, I don't know much about oils, but I have heard that frankincense is just really great for your skin in general.
Yes, and it also helps with wrinkles.
That's what I've heard. Well, maybe that's your secret, Marcy. She looks fabulous. You look so much like your cute daughter Mia, who was here yesterday. I love it. I did similar tones on your eyes today, just because I wanted to see like how it looked on you versus her. So Mia, we did a video on Monday, but if you're watching the replay, Mia's video is called How to Do Makeup on Wide Set Eyes, and we focused more on the eyes, and I gave some tips and stuff like that, but Mia is adorable. You guys need to watch that video if you have not. Okay, so she is looking very balanced, really great, and you can tell this foundation that I put on, although I said it was more of a warmer color, it's very balanced, like it's very in balance with her neck. Her neck is more of a yellow tone, and then she has some pinkness on her chest, which is pretty much every woman. Just if you're not good about, well, the sun hits the chest, even if you're good about putting sunscreen on. So this is good. So a lot of times what I'll do, if we were doing a photo shoot today, I would bring the foundation down the neck, and I do coverage on the neck as well, just so everything exposed is really even. But I think day to day, most women don't do that. It's like a lot of body area to have to put makeup on. So I just wanted to show you something that is balanced. So that's the goal. If you're not going to completely do face, neck, chest, everything exposed with makeup, your goal is balance, because nobody is the same color. That's why it's so difficult to go to the store and buy foundation. It's like, okay, where do I test? Do I test it on my face or my neck or my chest, or my people do their arms? We're just looking for balance is the goal. So there's like, as I say, I'm not going to do it. There's like nothing on my sponge right now. It's like habit. I'm just going over it. And that's a good tip too. If you don't want to completely do a full coverage foundation, you can do what's left on your little beauty sponge. And I only used this for finishing, so not much is on here. And it will just add like a teeny bit of pigment, but not enough to get on her clothes or really even give her any coverage. But that's a good way to kind of balance things. And so we still see a little bit of pink peeking through her cheeks, but right now it just looks like beautiful liquid blush. So it's perfect. So we're going to leave that. And then do you tend to get more oily or more dry?
I actually have combination.
So oily T-zone, dry cheeks?
Yes.
Okay. Most people do. So we're going to go in with a finishing powder, and we're just going to set her areas that would tend to get oily. We'll check on the chat while we do this. Okay, my phone is, had to order a new phone, so I'm using my iPad today. Okay, when I use a green color corrector, my skin sometimes comes out grayish. What am I doing wrong? So sometimes the green corrector, like let's say you have a lot of redness in your skin from rosacea, or you just have a lot of red areas, but your skin undertone isn't pink, it's more yellow or something like that. The green color corrector will just give you sort of a strange tone overall. That's why my preference is to spot correct. So I would say for you, I would say to try spot correcting like we did at the beginning of this video, where I just concealed only the more red areas. I would try that. And then I would also try look into the tone of your corrector. So like I said at the beginning, instead of putting on like a very bright green, like just addressing the red, I addressed the red and balanced her skin tone. Like if you go back to the beginning of the video on the replay, you can see when I mixed it, it didn't look, although I had that bright green on my palette, let's see if it's still here. Sort of. You can see what I mixed is like fairly yellow. It ended up, so it's more of a skin toned green corrector, if that makes sense. So you're probably over correcting essentially.
The first time I used green corrector, I felt like I was Elphaba.
That is so funny. You just went in.
Yeah.
You did a lot. And that's what everyone does. And you know why? Well, this may not be why, but people will do that. Those are the viral videos. They'll spread like red lipstick all over my face, and they'll put on foundation, and it's like flawless. Like you can, but that's a lot of work. That's why I'm saying, like, get your corrector to match your skin tone. Like, make less work for yourself. Don't then have to correct the corrector. It's tricky. Okay. Let's see. Oh, hi, Jacqueline. Hi, Miriam. Okay. My nose often looks purple under foundation because I have a very red nose. Should I also use a green corrector on the nose then? So I would use, if it looks purple, you're going to want to kind of to correct the purple, you would use like a yellow tone. So you're going to want to use like a lime green corrector and also sort of a yellow, like a yellow concealer. So mix those two because you need to address your redness, which is green, and the purple tone overall, which would be more of a yellow. So like a lime yellowy concealer would work nice for you. And the nose is tricky. It's hard to layer a lot of product on the nose because as you blend it sort of goes away. So it may take you a couple times to get it right. Okay, Miriam said irritated skin is the worst. That's a good tip. It's uncomfortable. I think she's talking about the patting in the foundation, like your daughter said. Yeah. like you said you want to do, but you don't. Okay, Jacqueline says, I have heard about frankincense oil. Great advice. Yeah, good tip. It's good to know what works for people. And that's like very natural too. Like it's not going to further irritate your skin. Nice color. Finding the perfect foundation is a bless. It can be hard. Okay, frankincense for wrinkles and rosacea. I'm going to start using it now. Her skin is beautiful. See, Marcy, you have beautiful skin. Listen to the people of YouTube, not of what you tell yourself. It's lovely. Okay, Lemire concentrate for redness helps. Oh, I have heard that is a fabulous moisturizer. It's very gentle. Okay, Dr. Jarrett's cream is green and has sunscreen. Oh, great. Vaseline helps only at night in Skin Fix. Okay, so Sharon probably has rosacea too. So these are things that have helped her. If you have a cream that has a green tint and a sunscreen, that's like what you were saying too, like a combo product. We love combo products here on this channel. We like it easy for you guys. Hi, cute Millie. Okay, as a pale girl myself, I can attest to the difficulty of finding the perfect shade. The shade is perfect for her though. Yeah, she looks super balanced. I'm seeing it on camera now too. It looks great. It is hard when you're pale because the undertones sort of scream. I feel like when you have more tan or deeper skin, they're a little bit more hidden, but when you are pale, it's very apparent. It's hard. It's a fellow pale girl myself.
And it's hard to match it and not look orange or have that line right there.
Oh, the line. Oh, yes. Yeah, even if you don't do foundation on the neck, I do like to roll it. Like I'll blend it down a little bit. Yeah, we don't want the line. Yeah. The line is not good. Okay, Amanda, Hope Makeup. I have been using Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair Concentrate, which is for irritated and redness. I love it to help with flare-ups and it helps to texture my skin. Oh, that's great. Yeah, Estee Lauder has some really, really great creams. It probably is nice to find something to use at night that's like soothing. You can sleep and it's like you wake up and your skin is better. Okay, Millie says, awesome tips. I have lots of redness due to fibromyalgia. It causes inflammation and irritation in my face. Yeah, good. Hopefully you're finding some good tips. Okay, we have set your face today. So we're going to do a little bit of contouring. Just real quick, I'll do a little contouring, a little blush, lips, lashes. We'll finish up the eyes. So if you guys have more questions, go ahead and drop them. And I apologize again that the sound was staticky. I hope it's better now. Update us in the chat if it's less staticky when I speak. I don't think it's ever done that before. Okay. Color. Still on, but you can't hear.
We're good. You can speak.
Okay. We're still playing with our sound. Hopefully it's better. So we're just bronzing her a little bit just for fun. Okay, and then I think what I'm going to do for her cheeks, we're going to do the Hourglass palette. You guys know I love this. I should probably get new things. I use on my channel, I just use what I like, and a lot of it is the same things because they work and they're super great. I'm not here to sell a product. Okay, I do love to try new makeup though. I'm always trying new things, but if it's a good staple, it's staying in the kit. So this is really great. This is a sheer blush, and it's a powder. It's very velvety, and I like that it's transparent. I don't want to put something heavy on Marcy's skin just because we did a lot of prep work to keep her texture looking great. So I'm just sort of patting this on. And this is a similar tone. This is just a natural color. Like this is a very universal, I'll show you too, Marcy, so you can see. A universal sort of peachy rose color. So it's just gonna look good. It's gonna play up her cheeks. And then for lips, let's do a liner. This is Sandstorm. I love to prep the lips with a liner. I feel like most people have such a fabulous, I said that word so weird. Fabulous lip shape already, but the corners tend to fade. So you can see on Marcy's lips right now, she has fullness down here, but it gets a little bit lighter, and part of that's because there's maybe a little bit of foundation on it. So I just like to draw in back in the edge of the lips before I apply a lip product. You don't need a liner unless you want your lipstick to last a very long time, or if you have like feathering around the edges. Occasionally people get that. You really don't need a lip liner, but I love them. I feel like they just help establish a really great lip shape, and then the lips have a little bit more depth. Like even if I just do a gloss, I'll oftentimes do a liner. So we'll do, when I'm done with this, I'll ask you what color lipstick you usually wear. We'll choose something for you. I'm tempted to do the exact same thing we did on Cute Mia. I think I'll go a little deeper for your lips though. So on her daughter Mia, we did this same lip liner, which I love. This liner just works for most people. But we did like a very pale, like petal pink on Mia. I think I want a little bit more punch to your lips. But do you like more pinky, more peach?
I usually just
more
do
nude?
like a gloss
Okay.
on it.
Gloss
So,
girl.
I'm very
Let's do-
simple.
I
Now, does it
love
get fading as you get older? Like, do your lips kind of fade more as
Yeah,
you... Okay.
yeah. It doesn't always have to do with age, but it does as you get older. It's very common. Okay, so I am going to set around that with powder. And then I think we will do a lip on you. And then we'll top it with some gloss. We're gonna do Velvet Teddy, my other favorite. This is a great color. Okay, this is Velvet Teddy by MAC. This is fabulous. It's kind of a pinky nude, but it just looks so great on most people. It's like very much just your lip but better color. A little bit deeper, like your lip but better, and like 2 shades darker.
Okay.
It's good. It works well on you. I feel like it pulls different colors from your skin tone. I like it because sometimes pinky nudes, sorry, I need another lip brush. Sometimes nudes with pink undertones look too cool. Like they look kind of ashy on the lips, like heavy. Like this is a pretty color to really get in there and do like a nice lip shape, but it's not too overdone, if that makes sense. You're gonna be so fancy with nowhere to go. Actually, things are like more opened up here now.
Yeah, I told Eric we're going somewhere tonight.
Yeah, have him take you out. Where do you guys like to go?
Honestly, he loves the movies. I love dinner.
Oh, I love dinner. Girl after my own heart. I love dinner. Movie, take it or leave it. No, I'm just kidding. Movies are fun. Oh, do you know it's just the best? Is the dine-in theaters.
Uh-huh.
Have you done that?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Because the chairs are like extra comfy. And, like then you get to eat and watch the movie. It's so good. We used to go to those all the time, like when my little baby was new-ish, because she would just sort of sleep, and it's like there's not a ton to go do with a baby.
Right.
But we liked to bring her everywhere. Like everyone's like, "Oh, have you gotten a babysitter yet?" And we're like, "No, we just love her. We don't ever want to leave her." But I don't know. I think a lot of theaters closed in California.
Yes. Yes. And Eric is very bummed.
Aww.
I would much rather be at home where I can sprawl out and pause or rewind,
Yeah.
or I don't have to be mad because someone's talking.
If someone talks and it bothers you, do you say something?
Sometimes.
You do? That's so funny. I would never. I love it though. I love people that do. I'd be too shy. I'd be scared they'd like yell back at me and I'd be like, I'm so sorry. You can tell. People seem to be a little bit more respectful now. Not, well, I don't know. You go to more movies than me. You're like, no, they're the worst. Okay, we're gonna do, these are number 11 lashes by Kiss. So we're gonna finish up her eyes and you'll see how it really pulls the look together. I'll check the chat though. Okay, oh good. Eric says the static is gone. Thank you, Producer Kelly. Big round of applause for Producer Kelly for figuring out the sound. Amanda says it's perfect now. I'm so sorry. I hate it when our sound is bad. It's like, it's the worst. Okay, Kathleen, hello. How do you take off eyelash glue easily without damaging the lash? That is a great question. I will tell you as I put on her lashes. Okay, so when I take off the lashes, if you do not want them to, I massage the lashes with eye makeup remover or just my face wash. If your face wash is eye safe, it will do the job. So you just massage it with that and they should just sort of slide off. If they don't, an oil-based eye makeup remover works really, really great. So I would wash my face and then I would just put a little eye makeup remover on the base of it if you need it, and they should slide right off. I think that people have problems, go ahead and look down, because either they're in a hurry or you want to preserve the lash, because all fake lashes are reusable. But the more you wash them and get them to slide off easy, the more kind of like mangled they get, and then you have to then clean them and comb them and stuff like that. So I say preserve your natural lashes over the fake lashes. So just takes a little bit of work, but those are my best tips. Before I had lash extensions, I daily wore these ones, these little strip guys. They're the best. I felt like it was so much faster than putting on mascara every day. And when I found that to keep my own lashes healthy is just wash them with my face and then they would come off. So what I would do, I used to use like the really nice mink ones, but I just didn't like trying to keep them nice to reuse every day. So I just started buying in bulk lashes from Amazon or my distributor, and I would get them in packs of like 100 and just toss them every day. They were like 50 cents a day or $1 a day or something like that. So they were still cheaper than lash extensions. Okay, I'm gonna have you look down, but don't close. You can blink if you need to. Okay, so I put on black glue, so I'm just gonna get that right at the base of her lashes and go ahead and push it up. Okay, do the other side. So these are Kiss lashes. These are number 11. These are a really, really great style for a natural look. They're flared out slightly at the bottom. They give you a teeny bit of a lift at the end. Little flutter. These are almost identical to Wispies by Ardell. They're kind of like a mix of the Demi Wispies and the Wispies.
So I love the way fake eyelashes look. I can't get them to go on myself.
Really?
And then if I do get it on, I'm afraid that I'm going to end up like Lucille Ball in that show, Yours, Mine, and Ours, when she goes on the date and her teenage girls make her up and she ends up with the eyelash all the way up here.
Oh my God.
Do you have any tips for self-applying?
Yes. So it honestly just takes practice. I tell everyone it's like riding a bike. It's like the worst, and you're like, I'll never get it. And then one day you're like, oh, this is super easy. You just have to practice. I recommend just going on Amazon, go ahead and look down, and just getting super inexpensive lashes, like a pack of them, and just use those as your practice. Like at night. Like I think what's hard is everyone does them before they have somewhere to go. Like if your husband's taking you out, you're like, I'll throw on my lashes. I have an extra 5 minutes. But when you're learning, it takes longer than that, and you don't want to be stressed. So I would just have a practice sesh.
And that was my first time with doing it, and I was like, this isn't gonna work.
Yeah. Your first time's for most people. Some people just get it, but it's the worst. So my other tip is just to make sure your glue is correct. If you put it on too wet, it's like a mess.
Okay.
So that's most people's problem. And if it's too dry, they just won't stick. So you just kind of want your glue to be nice and tacky, and then it should just pop right where you want. I love using little tweezers to put them on. It's easier for me than fingers or the lash tools, but I think it's easier if you're good with little tools. Okay. Gorgeous. I love lashes. Look how pretty they make Marcy's eyes look. So I'm going to do a little bit of eyeshadow under her eyes, and then we'll curl the lashes because I like a good curl. So
everyone loves a good curl.
Everyone loves a good curl. I really want to see a lash perm done on somebody. Have you seen those?
I have not.
Have you heard of them?
I have not. This is the first time.
Yeah, you would like them because your own lashes are so long. Look up for me. So they just curl, like naturally curl the lashes, and you can get like permanent mascara, not permanent, like semi-permanent mascara.
Okay.
I can't vouch for that. I don't know how good that works, but the lash lift is what they call it. If anyone has done it in the chat, tell me how it is. I want to do it to my sister because she has the world's, like, her lashes are crazy long, like so crazy. They're amazing.
I feel like my lashes are very thin. They're like there's not a lot there.
You have a good amount.
Okay.
Yeah, they just grow straight and kind of down,
Okay.
which so many people do. But I feel like when that happens, you don't know what you have. It's like
Right.
until you do you use a lash curler?
I do, and I do feel that helps. But
I love the lash curler. So we're just gonna lift these a little bit. Go ahead and look forward. Look at the difference between curled eyes and not curled eyes. Like, this is what we want. It lifts the eyes, it opens it up, it makes her eyes like twinkle, like they're sparkly. If you put on lashes or even your own mascara and you don't curl the lashes, it's fine, you don't have to, but I feel like it doesn't give it that extra little pizzazz. So if you're gonna take the time to work on your lashes, I say curl them for sure. When you have the strips on though, you have to be careful because they curl really easy.
okay.
Your own lashes, like, I feel like you have to curl forever to get the natural lashes to curl, but the strips just pop right up. What lash curler do you like?
It's actually, it looks almost exactly like yours.
This one's the
Yep.
Kevin of Kwan.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think it is.
I love that one. It's so good. This is Lash Blast Mascara. Just gonna pop some of this on. I love mascara on the fake lashes. It presses them together, it makes them look a little bit more like your own, and it gives a little bit more drama to them. Like even your lashes, Marcy, they're pretty dark, but they're still lighter than like the black strips. So if you put mascara on after, I'll show the difference between that too. So if you kind of look at both the eyes, this one just looks a little bit more polished, and it's because it has the black near the base. You can do the tips if you want. I'll show you what the tips look like. This looks a little bit more mascara-y. Yeah, your own lashes seem to be very straight, but they're long and they're thick. You have a good amount. You have to let me know if you ever do the strip lashes again. They're very pretty on you. Go ahead and look up. So we're just going to hit these bottom guys with what's left on my brush.
And do you suggest like black or brown mascara? Because I've seen both, and I never know which do I get.
So if you're doing the strip lashes, I like the black mascara.
Okay.
The brown mascara is really pretty though. Like on you, I just did brown liner everywhere, and I liked it. So the brown mascara would be really pretty on you too. It's just more natural, like softer, less harsh. Depends on the sometimes the brown tones are a little like ashy, like they look kind of weird.
Okay.
But I don't know, I can't recommend a good brand, but some brands of mascara, the brown is like a better brown. Gorgeous. Marcy, you're so pretty. Let's check on the comments. If you guys have any more questions, any more comments, drop them now because there is like a 2-minute lag. So we'll cut the video and then I see all your comments pop up. Okay. Sharon uses magnetic lashes and likes them. Could be an option I find easy. Oh, that's a good tip. It's for you. If you don't like these lashes, you can try the magnetic. Sharon, do you like the magnetic stack or do you like the magnetic liner ones? Okay. What tips do you have for making lipstick last? So liner for sure. I love the MAC liners. I love the NYX liner is what I used on her. They're more, they're a wooden pencil liner. And so the actual tip, the cream is more dry, if that makes sense. I'll I'll show you the tip next to Marcy. So I find that when it's a wooden versus like a plastic tip, it goes on a little bit more dry, like more matte. And I like that. You think of the word dry and that doesn't sound good for makeup. You want creamy and soft. But I don't like soft lip liners. I feel like they don't have any staying powder at all. So I actually like more of like a hard, drier pencil. They're going to give you lots and lots of wear. I have a video on my channel on all my tips for getting makeup to stay all day. So I'll give you a quick rundown of the lips real quick. So liner for sure. And then I apply a layer of cream lipstick, and then I add a little bit of powder. So translucent powder, I'll tap it over the lipstick, and that's going to mattify it and make it stay. And then I'll do a second layer of cream lipstick, and that is like 12-hour wear. If you do that right, if I remember, I'll link the video to this one, but it will last all day. And matte lipsticks are better too. So if you have more of a sheen or a shiny lipstick or more sheer, it's not going to wear well. But if you have a drier, more matte, more opaque lipstick formula, it will last much longer. Anastasia Beverly Hills, their lipstick formula, I think they were inspired by their liquid lipsticks when they created it. It's very dry and very matte, a little bit harder to apply, but it lasts like all day. So if you have a problem with that, try those tips. Everyone's saying you look beautiful. She does. So gorgeous. Okay, I've always wanted to try the liners. This just reminded me of them. Yay. Someone says very pretty, and someone says, your husband, Eric, says you're full of pizzazz. I know, you're a lucky man, Eric. She's adorable. Does the glue you use dry black? For the lashes, yes. So I use the callus glue. I love this one. I own clear and black. This one is black. I'll hold it by keep Marcy's face so you can see. So it goes on black and it dries black. Go ahead and close so they can see you can see the line of it dries black. It's a little bit shiny. Sometimes I'll mattify it with a powder after. Okay, you can go ahead and open, but it does dry black. Make sure I answer all your questions. Glad the sound ended up being good. Okay, let's show Marcy her makeup.
I can't wait.
You're so very glam. Here you go.
Ooh. Me. We're going out tonight.
You're going out, Eric. You're taking your wife on a date. She looks beautiful. I like the lipstick color in you. Okay, so we filmed a before. Producer Kelly took a before, so let's go ahead and flash that right now. So this is Marcy before brows, before we started the eyes. So we'll flash that for you guys, and then you can see the finished look. Gorgeous. Thank you for being my model today, Marcy.
Thank you.
You were so great. And thank you for all your good tips. And thank you guys in the comments for joining us. And you guys gave really good tips as well. We won't have a video tomorrow because producer Kelly is on vacation, but we will be back next Monday for Makeover Monday. So we will see you guys all then.